Hello, all my fire signs. Welcome to your weekly energy update reading. Of course, this is for all my Aries, my Leo, my Sagittarians. And we're going to be focusing on the week of November 21st to November 28th. And of course, if you're coming across this reading outside of that time frame, I would go ahead and watch the video anyway, because if your gut brought you here, then evidently there's a message for you, right? So, but if you are watching this between November 21st and November 28th, really the big day, at least in the United States, is November 25th, which is Thanksgiving Day. I did put out a Pick a Turkey reading earlier in the month. I'll put the playlist at the end of this video, but it was the theme of what can you grow through gratitude. And since Thanksgiving is kind of that, energy, I thought I'd mention that. I also put out December monthlies. They would have come out yesterday. So if you want to check that out to see what's coming up for December by each of the zodiac signs, I'll also have that linked at the end of this video. But for this week, for all you fire signs, let's take a look and see what we have going on. I'm going to start off by pulling a card from the Spirit Animal Oracle, and I do have some beautiful feathers that are here representing our gratitude for all those turkeys that are going to donate themselves for our feasts. So I do thank all of our animal spirits, and let's see what spirit guide, as far as animal spirit, what message they have for our fire signs this week. All right, I feel like it's this one right here. So let's take a look. And you've got the Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. And how perfect is that? Card number 41. So for those that are getting together with loved ones during this holidays, definitely this will, is true, right? It says, in the darkness of night, the nightingale spirit sings her song of love and hope, a harbinger of dawn to remind you that the sun will rise again soon. You are so loved, and the illumination song of the nightingale spirit calls you to a new level of self-awareness and connection with the light. Yes, there is shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exist everywhere, even in the seeming emptiness of space, darkness, and a starless night. Hearken to the message, letting the music of the nightingale's song remind you that love is all around. Feel it and trust in tomorrow's light, renewing your ability to recognize that the spaces that appear empty are filled with love and abundance. Illumination will happen soon. And of course, the holidays can erupt. I know there's, always all these stories about getting together with family members and they have differing opinions about politics or religions or, lifestyles or whatever it might be. But just focus on love. Hear the nightingale's love song in your ears. Don't let, those opinions influence your energy during that. Just let it roll off your shoulder and just focus on love. Just realizing that when other people are expressing opinions or they're angry or they're sad, it's just a cry for love. They just are scared, and so they're trying to prove that their small t truths are truer than other small t truths, because otherwise they feel unsafe and scared. So just know when they're sharing those opinions, a simple response is, I love you, and change the subject, change to something else, play a game, distract them from something, right? All right. So I'm also going to pull some cards here from this True Heart Intuitive Tarot and just see what else the Creator would like all you fire signs to know about this upcoming week. Okay, I do want that one already. Oh my goodness. And that one. And I'm going to let me finish shuffling. Definitely want to talk to you this week. Wow. Okay, what else would you like them to know? Okay, anything else? No, it's just going to be these three for now. And you got the Seven of Cups popped up here first. And I love this for the message we were just getting, because you can see cups are your emotions, and you have all these choices of emotions that in whatever circumstance comes up this week, you get to choose what you feel, flow through those emotions, but it doesn't mean you need to act on them. But this is like the decision point, showing you that you can choose how you want to feel. We'll have fated situations that will come into our lives, but we still have our power of choice, our free will, on what story we want to put around that situation and what emotions we want to feel around that. Sometimes, it doesn't feel like we're making a choice. Something happens and this is how we feel. It's just how it is. Well, we were conditioned on that early in life. We were told and taught when that happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. So when this happens, if we pause, take some deep breaths and realize I can choose something differently. Whereas before I'm supposed to get upset and defensive or whatever it might be. Instead, like we said, you could just say, you can choose to love instead and go, I love you. Hey, let's go play Monopoly or whatever. And then you got the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles is about your outside world. And this is kind of like the Apprentice card. You've been doing the work in the outside world. You've been steadily, producing all this material and fine-tuning your skills. So this can mean a variety of things. You're finishing up some education, you're finishing up some studies, you're at the end of learning something new, and you're about to transition into feeling like a master of it. So you're so close. It's about continue your studies, continue investing that energy, because you are making progress. If you feel like, oh my God, this is never going to end, just know that you're so close to mastering that thing that you've been working on and investing your energy into. So it is a good thing about the outside world. You're going to see the fruits of your labor start to really show up outside of you, and you're going to feel like, okay, I'm there, right? And then you've got the Ten of Discs. So 10 of Pentacles, which is about sharing this beautiful abundance that you have with the world. Not only do you have enough for yourself, but it's flowing out to those around you. And especially during this Thanksgiving holidays, the other thing that the 10 of Discs kind of represents for me is this ability, because it's endings and new beginnings, that there are things that you can end and begin anew in your outside world. So whether that is relationships or jobs or, something that is out there, you have this feeling of completion, and you're able to let things go. And maybe, it does fit into this resentments from the past, that person that shows up at our Thanksgiving dinner always brings this up, and this is how they are, and blah, 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 blah. You have all these stories, all these emotions that you've chosen to attach to that person. Maybe you can look at them in a new light now, right? When you see them through the eyes of love and you understand that their actions were out of fear, it can transform how you look at them, right? So you can definitely revisit, retransform that appearance of how you were looking at them before. I do want to also pull some of these tea leaf cards here just to get some additional information. It is a general reading, so these won't apply to everyone, but I love how they give like different just viewpoints of things that are coming up for you this week. Just things that the Creator would like you to be aware of. So let me just mix all those up, and I'm just going to pull a couple cards from each of the stacks here. Let's see. Well, obviously that one wants to come out. Okay, and that one. And then from this one, it's that one. And that one. And then from this one, oh, got 3 for that one. Bonus, and then the last pile, please. and that one. All right. Move those to the side, and I'm just going to put these above each one. We'll start with this side. So you've got cobweb, first of all. And that says protected from negative forces beyond your control. And I love there's like a spider web here that jumped out to me too. But this is protected from, the negative forces. So when these things come in, and we were talking about looking at, negative forces in a different light, just realize that their actions are outside of your control. You can't change people from the outside in, but what we do is not change people, we change our hearts. And we, instead of extending judgment out to people, what we do is extend love. And if you extend unconditional love out of your heart to other people, then that can spark the unconditional love in the other person. And then they change from the inside out. And it might take time for us to see those, and that kind of the pentacles, or the discs in this case, kind of have that flavor to it, that the outside world is the last place we see change. Change starts to happen on the inside, and then eventually we start to see it roll out to the outside world. So just understand that you can't control those individuals. You can't control that negative forces. All you can do really is extend love, because that's the only thing that's going to change hearts. Because when hearts change, then the actions on the outside change. If the heart doesn't change, the actions don't change. And then you got jug. Yep, lighthearted, carefree time. So really, like we talked about, be lighthearted and carefree around it. Don't take it so serious what they're saying, because it's just out of fear, and the only thing you can do is love. So I like that. And then you have, like above this 8 of discs here, you have a fair man. And fair can be, skin color and hair color and stuff, but I feel like it's fairness. Like the master, like like if you were a supervisor, you're like trying for a supervisor job or whatever you're trying to perfect, the person that is in like kind of the teaching position or master position, this is what this is about. And it says dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. So again, this is a general reading. So, if that applies to you, then really know that you are just on the verge of mastering that skill or moving on to that next level. Yeah, because you got frying pan here. This says trouble and accusations. And I kind of feel, again, I keep on going back to the relationships and the interactions you have around these holidays with the people you're interacting with. I feel like there's this trouble and stuff that comes up. Someone is trying to, trigger you and make you heat up and get heated. But this person, this fair person, is either the one that's doing it, or this is the person that steps in and kind of, let's say they're kind of cornering you at dinner or at Thanksgiving Day or something like that, and you're like, oh my God, and you're sending out an SOS inside your head, get me out of here. And then someone goes, hey, so and so, why don't you come taste this, blah blah blah, and then they distract them off so that you can run free. So, definitely there's this working out of things. Don't worry about this frying pan, about the heated. You don't need to get heated. It takes 2 to tango. It takes 2 to fight. So don't accept the invitation. You don't have to. And then you got bird perched. And that says waiting for news, a package, or a letter. I can imagine Black Friday, all that purchasing. But I'm going to grab these other ones first here. And then you've got the yoke, which this is feeling tied down or frustrated. And then you got broken bridge. Uh-oh. And that's unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So, again, I really feel like there's a lot of healing that needs to go. It's like you burned bridges before. And so you feel kind of this frustration, you feel tied down, and you feel kind of like you don't want to go to something where there's someone you're interacting with that you burnt those bridges. And so this waiting for news in a package and a letter, it's like you're expecting the same outcomes, you're expecting the same situations, but I really feel like this is such a growth opportunity for you, that when you really focus on this love, that you're going to be able to kind of repair bridges that were burned, and able to free yourself from this frustration and feeling tied down and restricted, and that you're going to see that other people don't have to control which emotion you choose. You get to choose what you feel. And I really feel like this is a beautiful, it's almost like practice, along with this perfecting how you are responding to the outside world, how you're choosing your emotions. This is like a wonderful, I want to say a test. It's like an experiment. Let's do it that way. Because an experiment, there's not like a pass or fail grade. You just experiment to see what the outcome is and note it. It's not about judgment around it. So I like that. I wondered if turkey was going to show up somewhere in here. This is your turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. Say no more, right? Oh, yeah, and then here's feathers. So turkey feathers, I love that. And it says, someone you know is undependable and insincere. So yeah, definitely overall message. There are a lot of positive cards in this entire stack of all these. Look how many cards there are. But you got so many of the conflict, and that there's these altercations. And so I really feel just no doubt in my mind that this is all about this power of choice and learning that during this time. And it's beautiful because there is no wrong choice. You can choose to blow up and have an argument and storm out, and that would be totally fine. There's no judgment in that. It's all awareness and learning and growth. And you could look at it later and go, okay, what triggered me this year? Let me look at that, and I can, use this time for another year, or until you get together again with where that person is there, and understand, okay, what was triggering me? What fears do I have? Do I think that what they think and what they're saying is true? Do I think that they define who I am? Just a lot of great growth can come from all this. So I do love this for you for this week. So as I mentioned, if you want to check out the Pick a Turkey reading, since the turkey came up, I would really highly suggest that you look at that, because there's some wonderful pick-a cards in that for you for each of the zodiac signs. So I'll put that link to that playlist up here or down here. It'll appear here shortly, along with the December monthlies. And I do also put out, like I said, monthly readings by each zodiac sign, these weekly readings by element, new moon, full moon readings, and a couple other different type of readings throughout the month. So if you want to be notified when those come out so you don't miss them, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below, and that's going to make this notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then that's going to allow you to select how you like to receive your notifications. And if you do that, then you'll get notified when all the videos come out. So easy breezy. All right, well, I'm going to leave the reading there. Just know that each and every day of every moment, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. You have an amazing week, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. But until then, you take care.